pass on to them. Here are some of the things that Bob shared with me. Before marriage, a man will lie awake thinking about something a woman said. After marriage, he'll fall asleep before she's finished saying it. But he also shared that the best exercise you can do in keeping a good marriage is developing your ability to bend over backwards. I particularly like, Bob, your definition of compromise in a marriage. It's an amiable arrangement between a husband and wife whereby they mutually agree to let her have her way. Courtship is like looking at the beautiful photos in a seed catalog. Marriage is what actually grows. Never criticize your wife's judgment. After all, you're the one she chose to marry. A gentleman is a man who steadies the stepladder so his wife will not fall while she's painting the ceiling. Bob also has learned that there are only two things that keep a woman happy. First, let her think she's having her own way. And then secondly, actually give it to her. And finally, marriage is the process of finding out what kind of man your wife would have preferred to marry. Now, Karen shared with me something that she has kept pressed into a book for more than these 50 years. It goes back to before she ever met Bob. In fact, it goes back to when this lady was a high school student and took home economics. And in her home economics textbook, the following extract is there on how to look after your husband. Now, this is not a joke. This is not a gag. This is a quote from an actual home economics textbook from the year 1960. Have dinner ready. Plan ahead, even the night before, to have a delicious meal ready on time for his return from work. This is a way of letting him know that you've been thinking about him and are concerned about his needs. Most men are hungry when they come home, and the prospect of a good meal, especially his favorite dish, is part of the warm welcome needed. And you folks have a 50th coming up in a few weeks. I hope you're taking notes.
Next year. Next year.
This year?
Next year.
Next year. All right, so a lot of weeks. Karen, prepare yourself for Bob's arrival. Take 15 minutes to rest so you will look refreshed when he arrives. Touch up your makeup. Put a ribbon in your hair and be fresh looking. He has just been with a lot of work-weary people, and his boring day might need a lift. I love this one. Prepare the children. Take a few minutes to wash your children's faces and hands. Comb their hair, and if necessary, change their clothes. They are his little treasures, and he would like to see them playing that part. Before he comes through the door, clear away the clutter. Make one last trip through the house just before your husband arrives. Gather up school books, toys, papers, etc., and then dust cloth the tables. Your husband will feel he has reached a haven of rest and order, and it will give you a lift too. Minimize the noise. And I look at one particular young man who has been in that household as I read this. But also be sure there is no noise from the washer, dryer, dishwasher, or vacuum. Encourage the children to be quiet. Greet him with a warm smile and be glad to see him. Don't greet him with complaints and problems. Don't complain if he's late for dinner. Count this as minor compared to what he must have gone through this day. Make Bob comfortable when he comes home. Have him lean back in a comfortable chair. Have a cooling drink ready for him. Offer to take off his shoes. Speak in a soft, soothing voice. Allow him to relax and unwind. Listen to him. You may have a dozen things to tell him, but the moment of his arrival is not the time. Let him speak first. Make the evening his. Never complain if he does not take you out to dinner or other places of entertainment. Instead, try to understand his world and pressure, his need to be home and relaxed. The goal of a good wife, and I'm loving the laughter I'm getting from wives in the room. Remember, this is an actual home ec textbook with actual advice to women, stating that the goal is to try and make your home a place of peace and order where your husband can renew himself in body and spirit. Yes, sir?
I have a comment to say.
Uh-oh, here goes a comment from the back.
There's more of a typo at the end. It says the place of peace of peace.
That's not a typo. Yeah, that's East Coast English. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. Okay? I washed my hands before typing it. I couldn't do a thing with them. Now, one final thought. At one time or another, you've all received chain letters encouraging you to make copies and forward the letters to other people, and in so doing, you will receive wealth and prosperity in the mail. This is a chain letter for wives. And it reads, "Dear friend, this chain letter was started by a woman like yourself in the hope of bringing relief to tired, disconnected women. Unlike most chain letters, this one does not cost you anything. Just send a copy of this letter to 5 of your female friends who are equally tired. Then bundle up your husband and send him to the woman whose name is at the top of the list, and add your name to the bottom. When your name comes to the top, you will receive 16,748 men. Some of them have to be decent, I assure you. Have faith and do not break the chain." One woman broke the chain and got her own husband back.